Hi, today we are going to see how to call store procedure from web methods. Before that, what I have done is I have executed this particular command in SQL plus which created the store procedure in my Oracle database. So what I have done is I have created the procedure with the name add employee. So there is a procedure name called add employee which I have created, and that particular procedure is having three different arguments. One is a employee name, e_name, employee ID, and employee department. These three arguments it will accept at this particular store procedure. Store procedure is like a method which can accept a number of arguments, but in this procedure I'm accepting three different arguments. And whenever I'm creating this store procedure, internally what I'm doing, I'm also writing a code. So when someone calls this add employee store procedure, it's internally creating some employee record. So here I have just created some simple store procedure where I'm calling one particular SQL query in order to achieve something. But in your real use cases, there might be multiple employee or multiple functionality. They will do it in a store procedure call. So here what we are doing is we are calling some store procedure like add employee, which is creating an employee information in your employee table. So whatever the argument we pass, we are also passing it here, using which it creates a record in the employee table. And this I have already executed, which means it's created this add employee store procedure in the Oracle table. And internally it's calling this employee table. So I'll just go and my SQL plus, and I'll quickly show how many records are there. There are 32 records are there currently. And for example, if you wanted to execute the store procedure, so if you wanted to execute store procedure, this is a command execute and store procedure name, and you have to pass the required parameters. So I'll just try to run this with these parameters, which is employee name, employee ID, and employee department. I'll try to run this one. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just basically executing the store procedure from the Oracle itself. So before we are going to do it from web method, we're just seeing that particular store procedure is working or not. See here, I'm trying to invoke the store procedure with these three parameters, and it's successfully executed. Earlier when we execute the select asterisk from employee, it was giving 32 rows. So now I'll try to run it. It will give one more row, 33 row, and whatever we have added, right, with a record called David, so that got added here, David 1033 IT. So this is the record got added, which means we are able to execute successfully the store procedure from the Oracle. So I have done it through SQL plus, which is connected to my Oracle database. So now what I'll do, I'll just try to invoke the similar store procedure from web method itself. In order to do that, I'll just go to this adapter services folder, and I'll just create a adapter service. So I'll just name this one like call store procedure SP, and then I'll say employee. So this is the store procedure I'm going to call. So I'll keep it like add employee. So that is my store procedure name, and I'll just click next. So we can give any name and go to adapter and then select JDBC adapter, and then I have a connection already created to my database, which I'll select it. So I have selected the first connection. So here there are many provided templates. Here I'm going to choose store procedure, which is going to call a store procedure in our Oracle database. I'll just click finish now, and here we need to select the schema and other stuff. So my schema is C # demo user. So that's a schema. I have created my store procedure, and there's a enable procedure name lookup. I'll just give true, and then see here there are list of procedure names are coming. So whatever the procedure name I've just created, which is add employee, I've selected that, and I'll save it. And then you just go to the parameter. You need to pass three different parameters for this store procedure. So I'll just add that parameter. So you just click this, and I'll add three things, and then I'll just go and change this parameter type as varchar, because in my store procedure I have defined that as a varchar, and also in my table it is also varchar. So I'm going to accept the value as a varchar. So here I'm going to define or pass the parameter name. So it could be anything. So I'll just give employee name and employee ID, and the next one is employee department. So these three parameters we are going to pass it, and all these three parameters are varchar, that's why the input type is in a string format. I'll save this one. So now whatever we have to configure for this adapter service, which is using internally a store procedure template, we configured everything. So mainly we need to give a store procedure name, and if store procedure accept any input, that input you need to pass it. So now I passed all three inputs, and I'm just going to run this one now, which should invoke the actual store procedure in the table, and it should internally create the employee record. So now what I'll do, I'll just form one record. I'm going to give some name like Sam, and then I'm just going to give 1034, and I'm going to specify testing department. So I'm going to run this one, run as flow service, and then here I'm going to pass Sam, employee ID is 1034, and then employee department is testing department. So before run this one, I'll just go to my SQL plus. Already there are 33 records. Okay, so when we insert this one, right, this record should get created. So I'll just click run. So now the first time we are running it from webMethods. See earlier how we executed the store procedure, we directly executed from the SQL plus. So now what we are trying is, we are trying it from webMethods, and it didn't throw any error. I'll go to my SQL plus and I'll select the query from the employee. See here, there are 34 rows, which means we call the store procedure which internally create that record in the table. See here, Sam 1034 and testing. So this way you can call store procedure from web method in order to execute any store procedure. I'll just try to run with one more record quickly, and I'll change this to Raj, and this I'll change it to 1035, and then I'll say this is IT. So I'll just run this one, and I'll go here, run it again. You'll be able to see one more record, and whatever we have added, right, which is Raj 1035 and IT, that's coming here. So this is the way you have to invoke your store procedure. For this example, right, I didn't set any return parameter, but some cases your store procedure or your method at Oracle, which will have some input and also it will have output parameter. So based on that, you can define it in your store procedure and you can invoke your store procedure. And this way, instead of calling any, because you have different templates in JDBC adapter, like select, update, and delete, batch insert, batch update, and so on. Similarly, if you have anything you wanted to invoke some store procedure which is created by your DBA or your application team, they will share all your store procedure detail. Here I have created a store procedure and I have used it. But in your actual use case, your DBA or your application team will share the store procedure name and with the required and input and output detail, which we need to simply call and configure the parameter accordingly in the input and output, so that we can execute it from web method itself. Thank you.